Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to j76 Gaming. I am Jimmy Wild, and this is the Wildcast. Alright, here we are, episode 4 of the Wildcast. I can't believe we made it so far. But we got tons of stuff to talk about. I got pages of notes, so we'll just go ahead and jump into it. But this time, I'm still staying unscripted, but because I just want to talk about things. But I tried this time to kind of organize and lay everything out a little bit better in my notes, so we'll see how it goes. Either it's an improvement or it sucks. One of the two. It couldn't possibly be any other result. But big stuff. Well, relatively big stuff. Ba-boom! Remember we were just talking about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 for PlayStation 5? Yeah, so we got a PC release date now, August 7th, for the first one to come out. So I think I talked about this before, but I never actually finished Horizon Zero Dawn. I started it twice, and I got about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours in on each time, and I get distracted by something else, which is an entirely different story and not a reflection of the quality of the game. It's just, I have too many games to play, and I get, ooh, shiny. That's how I live my life, playing every video game. It's like, oh, there's something, let me try that. But anyway, so yeah, August 7th. So that's awesome, because yeah, the timing is nice. It's almost like they did it on purpose, because you start in August, and then maybe in November or whatever, we start to see the PlayStation 5s come out, and you start to see Horizon 2. Got to give everyone a chance to play it again, get some new, get some renewed buzz about the first game. So it's good stuff. I already pre-ordered it. I'm ready. I did get off of Green Man Gaming, so they had a discount, like 16% off. So I'll take it. A little discount's good. Let's see. Next up, speaking of games coming up, remember we were just talking about Kingdoms of Amalur, the re-release? Well, we also have a release date for this now. So September 8th. That gives me the month of August to play Horizon. And then I can play Kingdoms of Amalur starting in September, and then play that until, I don't know, hopefully something cool comes out in October. I don't know. I'm sure there will be something. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. There's also a new video. I haven't actually watched it yet because I'm kind of saving it, like building the anticipation to watch like the trailer of it. But I'm pumped. I love having the dates. I love being able to plan. Like I said, August is Horizon, September is Kingdom. So it's good stuff. But yeah, what else were we talking about? Okay, so another thing that we talked about last time was how on June 29th we were supposed to get this crazy Diablo 2 Remastered announcement. Well, that didn't actually happen. But what happened on June 29th with Diablo 2 was definitely just as cool. Just kidding, it's not even close to as cool. But we did get a little retrospective. And you're like, oh, this is what, remember Diablo 2? It still influences us today. I don't care. I do care a little bit, but not as much as I would care about news about a remaster. But still holding out hope. The original, oh man, I'm gonna forget this. The original publication that said that there was going to be the announcement on June 29th, they kind of played this, oh, well, then it's totally going to be next month or whatever. I forget. But it kind of felt like one of those end of the world people. They're like, the world is going to end on June 29th. And then it doesn't. They're like, oh, just kidding. We found this other document that says it's going to be on July 29th. And you're like, come on, get out of here. But still holding out hope that we get a Diablo 2 remaster announcement and hopefully release before the end of the year. Of course, I don't need another game for the end of the year, but I would pretty much drop a lot of stuff to play Diablo 2. But anyway. And so that's all I was going to talk about for Diablo 2. And then I watched Riker's video this morning. And he had something really cool. And I won't talk about it that much because, that's Riker stuff. But there's this video. So this guy, Michael Resner, he has the original Diablo 2 running AI remastered at 4K 60 FPS. Oh, did you hear that? That was my heart beating fast. Because that's all I want. There are some mods right now that you can get for Diablo 2, and you can play it. You can play it widescreen. You can play it at higher resolutions. But the problem is, and the reason I don't want to play them, is they add way too much to the game. It's like an entirely different game now. And that's not what I want. I just want the original Diablo 2 with maybe a couple of quality of life changes. Well, obviously get the resolution up so I can actually see it. Some sort of better quality graphics would be great. But really, just give me some more stash space. This is if you take a game as big as Diablo 2 and all of the items that you can get, you have to give me plenty of space to store them because I'm a hoarder, both digitally and physically. I am a hoarder. I like to think that I'm an organized hoarder, but I am a hoarder. but anyway, so yeah. Just give me this game. Just give me. All right. I'll stop with Diablo 2. I really do want it. And I recommend you go watch this video. If you have any interest in Diablo 2, or even if maybe you don't care if there's a new one, but you did play it back in the day, check this video out. And there's a link in there too, I believe, for screenshot comparison. And you look, and it's just night and day difference. So, but anyway, go check that out. Where we going next? Oh yeah, so Xbox. So last episode I was worried about. I shouldn't say I was worried, but I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was like, if Mixer is done and Xbox is now going to be using Facebook Gaming or partnering with Facebook Gaming, then what does that mean for the new Xbox this year? Does that mean that all of your information now belongs to Facebook as soon as you log into Xbox? And it looks like we do get some clarification. Now, granted, this wouldn't be the first time a company lied to us. But this is encouraging. Microsoft will have any access whatsoever to any of the Xbox data, and we are committed to respecting your privacy and personal information. Unless a Mixer streamer takes action to ask Microsoft to share data with the platform, no Mixer streamer personal information will be shared. So that's handy, I guess. Decent information. But like I said, you don't plan to share, but are you secretly sharing? Are you? We'll see. Yeah. I'm not going to rant about Facebook and how much I hate them. we will just go ahead and move on. What do we got next? Oh, we got another fun thing. Yeah. So in the realm of, this is obvious. The UK is way ahead of the US in classifying loot boxes in video games as gambling. It's the fact that there's any debate about this is hilarious to me, because you pay money and you don't know what you're going to get. That's gambling. It could be good, it can be shitty. It's gambling. So, but anyway, and why is this such a big deal? Well, let's see. Actually, let me look. Let's see. How do I have this? Oh, why is it such a big deal? Because the publishers make a ton of money. A ton of money. Well, this says a lot, but it's all caps. A lot of money. Like, look at Overwatch. $1 billion of revenue from loot boxes. $1 billion. And I don't know what the effort is to add loot box mechanics into a store, into a game, and then put some assets that you already created for the game in it. But it didn't cost you anywhere near $1 billion to make $1 billion. So, but anyway, I'm off task here. The point is, I want game devs to make money. I want there to be an industry so that I can keep playing games. But there should be no content in a loot box that isn't available in the game. And the fact that you pay money and you don't know what you're going to get is predatory. And you're like, oh, well, how could this, what's the big deal? You just don't buy them. Well, this is what happens. This kid blew through 3,000 pounds worth of his university savings on loot boxes in FIFA. I mean, this isn't the only person. I mean, you can Google people that spend, too much money on loot boxes. I've spent plenty of money on loot boxes. In certain situations. So, in Star Wars, The Old Republic, since that was free to play, I don't mind dropping $20 or whatever on some loot boxes, because I'm enjoying the game. I'm playing it for free, and that's fine. Like that, it doesn't bother me. But that being said, there's still no guarantee that you're going to get $20 worth of stuff for $20. You're just going to feed your addiction of click button. Stuff appears on screen, and then you do it again. So, anyway, I'm not exactly anti loot boxes, but I am definitely anti real money in a... Well, I guess I should clarify. I should think about this, because I'm contradicting myself. Let's say it this way. If a game is free to play, you should expect to see some sort of transactions in there to improve your gameplay. Whether it's opening new content or I don't want to say speeding things up, because speeding things up I think that would fall in cheating, but opening new content that you don't have access to, or like expansions to the game, that's what I mean by that, or cosmetic items. Like, okay, that's that's fine. As long as it's available in the game somewhere, somehow, that would be cool too. But in a $60 video game, well, okay, let's be clear here. Games are $100. You buy the game and you buy the season pass, and it's $99.99. It's $100. That's what games are now. This $60 game thing is kind of a myth, right? But anyway, so games are $100, and then they have all of these transactions in there, these microtransactions and loot boxes. And I'm like, get out of here with this stuff. Like, and the case can be just, oh well, just don't do that. Okay, but the fact that these things are designed in a manner to exploit people's addictions so that you get someone spending £3,000. What else was I going to say here? Oh, I got to scroll down my notes. I got too far ahead in my notes. Oh, right. So, a couple things. This, I think, is a real problem because money isn't like physical anymore for the most part. Like when you used to have a stack of money, maybe a stack of money, in physical bills and coins, you could look and say, oh, look, it's going down. I don't physically have the money to pay for something. Okay, that's fine. But now in these like digital storefronts or in a game, it might not tell you the balance. Like if you look in like PlayStation Store, and this is not picking on PlayStation, it's just a PlayStation Store, it doesn't tell you how much money you have in your bank account. It just lets you buy stuff, and you can just buy it all day long. So in a situation where we went from physical money, so you can see it decreasing, to a bank account where you can see the number at least getting smaller. Now all of that is detached, and you just go to a store and you click on a button, and hopefully you have enough money. And in the case of these loot boxes, when you're addicted to them, if it's, I don't know, let's make up numbers, it's $5. At $5 at a time, you're like, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And then all of a sudden you're $3,000 in debt, or your savings is gone. So, I don't know. There should be no debate about if it's gambling or not. I think the debate and discussion needs to go is how are these regulated, and, what does it look like in the future? So, anyway. I just got to get my screw you Activision. Hate Activision, but whatever. Where are we at? Oh yeah, so Last of Us 2. In more game drama news. And this is actually, so I have the first section is gaming news, and the second section is gaming drama. So Last of Us 2, and I won't talk any spoilers or anything, 'cause I haven't actually played the game, and I probably won't play it, but the developers and even one or some, I know one for sure, voice actor for the game is getting death threats over the contents of the game. Like things that happen in a game. It is fiction. This does not exist. This is not real life. The voice actor for one of the characters has been getting death threats. What world is this? Is this real life? That's all I want to say is, I mean, seriously. Like, I've been pretty pissed off about things that happen in video games. Just because it's not what I wanted to happen. But at the end of the day, you're like, it's not the actor's fault. Right? Like, they're just reading lines. Right? and I can even actually get behind being angry with the studio. I mean, there's going to be creative differences. Like, we have to have creative differences or we don't go anywhere. And we need to be able to talk about those things. We need to be able to say that. But to say, you, Mr. Developer, need to die. In real life, you need to die because of what happens in a video game. A fictional video game. Come on. Really? Is this happening? And it's like yeah. Because it's this one thing to be like, F that dude. I hate him. Well, but that doesn't mean anything. Because if you met that person, you're not going to be like, fuck you, I hate you. It's going to be like, I really didn't agree with that. That's what it should be, right? I didn't agree with the creative direction that you took with this game. And that's feedback. And likewise, I should be able to accept and have feedback come to like, well, I don't like the Wildcast. I don't like the creative direction that you took with the Wildcast. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Because, I want to provide a good Wildcast. But if you're like, Dear Jimmy Wild, this is me typing on the internet. Dear Jimmy Wild, episode 3 of the Wildcast was horrible and you need to die. No, I don't think so. You could just say, I didn't like episode 3 because you talked too much about something and that was dumb. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I won't do that again. Or at least I'll file that information away and be like, okay, keep that in mind for next time. But anyway, I'm way off task now. But yeah, can we not? Well, I think what triggers me a lot about this too, I won't shut up, is I've had many arguments with people over the years about, let's say, free speech, right? Yes, you are free to say what you want to say, but there should be some consequences for it. So, and this is where I kind of, like, someone types into Twitter, well, here. I haven't read all of these, so I don't know if they're all spoilers, but I definitely know they're not safe for work. Someone types some of this stuff in a game, on Twitter, and basically says you should die. Like, whoever wrote that should be in trouble. Like, telling someone that they should die, that should at least get some sort of reprimand on Twitter. Like, you can't threaten someone. And maybe that's not a threat. Maybe you have to say, I am going to kill you. But even then, I don't think Twitter's like, oh, well, this person's definitely a bad actor. We should not have this person on the platform. Like, yeah. But anyway, so like I said, you should be able to say what you want, but there should be repercussions. And you shouldn't. And if you do feel the need to threaten a developer or a voice actor's life over a video game, then you should face the consequences. And there should be some. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I don't know what the consequences should be, but there should be some. Anyway. Wow. Fired up again. And I was going to say, so to tie this back to last week's episode, or I guess 2 weeks ago, but episode 3 with the $42,000 Star Citizen guy. Actually, did I jump? Yeah, I went out of order. Sorry. I get too fired up about Last of Us. So we'll skip the $42,000 Star Citizen guy, because I was just going to compare that to the loot boxes, but that time for that's over. Which I'm learning right now is I need to better organize my notes. I thought I had them in order. All right, so we'll be done with the news, the newsy stuff, and let's get that so it's not so big. So, personal gaming news. I started Xenoblade Chronicles X again. I was so excited. I've already talked about this multiple times, but I was so excited for Xenoblade Chronicles on Switch, and I didn't touch it because I was too busy playing Final Fantasy. But I did start Xenoblade Chronicles X again on the Wii U. And it's thanks to JRPG. JRPG is a really good YouTube channel if you're into RPG games, particular Japanese, style. But yeah, he puts out this video about Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I was like, it just put me over the edge, because I always want to go back and play this game, and I haven't. I think I played maybe 35 hours the last time. I got right up to the point where you finally get your first mech, what do they call them, skells, I think. And I started playing, and then I got distracted by something else. Probably Final Fantasy. But anyway, so yeah, I started this again, and it's freaking fun, and it's beautiful. Especially considering it's Wii U, and like any of the Nintendo hardware, you don't really look at them and go, oh, the graphics, because they're not that powerful. But the Wii U, at least is 1080p, and this game it looks beautiful. And like I said, it's fun, and it's huge. Now, in this video, he talks about how big the game is, like the game world, and how it's bigger than like Skyrim and stuff like that, and bigger than Zelda even, the Breath of the Wild. So, which is huge. So anyway, if you want to know about Xenoblade Chronicles X, like, you can go watch this video. It's really cool. I'm gonna put some of the links. I'm debating what I'm going to do in the description here. So I'm going to add some timestamps now, because YouTube's got the cool timestamp chapter feature thing. So I'm going to add that, and I'll probably put some of the links to some of the stuff in here in case you want to look at it on your own. But yeah, Xenoblade, it's awesome. And I think that's the last video that I have, or excuse me, the last tab in the browser. But what else we got going on? Oh, so I can't believe I had a little brain fart on that one. I've been playing a boatload of Diablo 3 lately, and I think that it was the conversations about Diablo 2 and all of that hype, and then it had to have been Riker. It's always Riker's fault. Riker put out a video about the top builds for the next season of Diablo, and I just watch it. I watch a lot of Riker's videos. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I was like, man, I kind of want to play it again. So I did. And by did, I mean, I'm playing way too much. I don't think I slept. I didn't sleep good, that's for sure, for the first 4 nights of the season. And actually I had this conversation with someone the other day. I should clarify, if you don't know what a season is in a game, if you've never played a season, it's basically where you restart your character to level 1, and then you just rush as fast as you can to get to the max level again. And then the seasons have different themes and different rewards. And it's just an excuse to start over and play something, and play a little bit different style, or maybe play a different class or something like that. So anyway, and I always play Demon Hunter, and I always play the same build, and I think it got kind of boring, and that's because I was just doing the same thing all the time. So this season, I was like, I am going to play the Wizard. I'm going to play the Legacy. Was it Legacy of Dreams? I already forgot. LOD. Legacy of Dreams. Wizard. The Hydra Wizard. And I was like, this is going to be fun. And I am rather enjoying it. Thus not sleeping. But it's worse too, because it's worse than just not sleeping. It's playing intense and pushing in the game, pushing up the leaderboard, or, well, in my case, just trying to maintain in leaderboard. I'm not going any further up. I'm just kind of holding. And then be like, oh crap, it's 2 a.m. and my mandatory computer off time is 11 o'clock. And my mandatory bedtime is midnight, and it's 2 a.m. and I am still pushing in Diablo 3, then yeah. So anyways, the point is I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3, and it's fun. Which, as soon as I stop recording this, I am going to play some more Diablo 3. I did play Final Fantasy XI this morning, though, so I got it out of the way. So that I had to do some stuff in there. Which is actually kind of a transition. I wanted to talk about... actually, I have a couple of topics, but they're all kind of related in the... Like, how do you allocate your time for gaming? Like, what... How do you decide what to play? And even as I say that, it seems silly to ask that question and be like, well, I have this game, I play this game. Well, I have hundreds of games. And I'm not alone in having hundreds of games. I don't have the most, for sure. But how do you pick? And the best I can come up with is that I'm just going to play whatever I feel like. And then I want to contradict myself again, because I'm going to play whatever I want to play. Whatever makes me the happiest at the moment, because that's what games are supposed to be. They're supposed to be fun and make you happy. And I mean, you can argue that they provide a challenge, some mental stimulation, blah, blah, whatever, but they're supposed to be fun. Let's just say it that way. But it's really not as simple as just, oh, I want to play what I want to play. Because if you only play what you want to play, you might always play by yourself. So, like right now, if you look at my friends list on, let's say, PlayStation and Steam and anywhere else, the majority will be playing, well, I shouldn't say majority, let's say the groups there are people playing Final Fantasy XI, there are a couple people playing Diablo 3, there are a couple people playing Division 2, and then there's people kind of all over the map. But what if I don't want to play any of those? So then it's just me playing then. Unless I get lucky and whatever I feel like playing at the moment is what some of my friends are playing, then okay, then it kind of works out. But yeah, it's interesting to think about it. Like, yeah, I'd be interested to know like how other people pick what they're gonna play. And even to that end, it's like once you decide what you can play. How long do you play it? Do you just sit down start to finish, and I'm going to play this for the next 2 weeks until it's done or whatever? Because I have a really bad habit of not finishing games. I think, like I said, I have, shiny. I'm going to go play that now. And I don't finish a lot of games. So, I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I'd be interested to know, like, how you guys play. You pick a game, I don't know, what, because your friends are playing it, because it's in the news right now, or it just came out, and then how long do you play it? Do you play until you beat it? Or you play until you're sick of it? I mean, I think that's what's going to happen with Diablo 3, is I'm going to get sick of it at some point, and then I'll stop playing again. And I might not play it for another couple months. Actually, I probably won't play Diablo 3 anymore this year after I get tired of this season, because there's going to be too much other stuff to play. But yeah. So, one last thing. What are we at? Whoa, we're at 35 minutes. Okay. The importance of taking time off gaming. And I think that I've noticed recently is that I have not been doing that. Basically since I started, like the past week since I started Diablo 3 again. Because I think the season started at 7 o'clock last Friday night, July 3rd. And yeah, I've been playing nonstop. And like I said, normally my mandatory computer off time is 11 o'clock at night. And then I have an hour to wind down, maybe watch an episode of TV, some TV show, and then 12 o'clock is bedtime. And I try to stick with that schedule. And when I do that, I notice that my sleep is much better. Whoop says that my sleep is much better. But yeah, I haven't been doing that. And then also, I've talked about this in other videos, but on like Saturday morning or Sunday morning, I would just take time and not play games and do something else, or maybe Sunday night, movie night, or like maybe I'd watch 2 movies back to back or something like that. And I haven't been doing that, and definitely noticed a difference. So I'm going to try to get back to that, try to take a little bit of time. And actually just filming this is important. Because while I'm talking about games and playing games, it's still not gaming. So it's a nice different mindset, I guess. So it feels good just to be recording this. But yeah. All right. I think that's it. The last section was, I think, appropriately named rambling stuff, which is what I did again. But on that note, I'll just say see you later, and hopefully next week we'll get an episode. If not, the week after, who knows? Whenever I feel like it. See ya.